Hi everyone. So our tutorial today is all about InfectionMonkey. And those who don't know InfectionMonkey, it's online tool that you can install. It's open source tool that you can install in your network to test the resiliency, as they put it, the resiliency and the security posture of this network. Okay. Now, the best use of this tool is if you have a cloud environment or if you have servers, endpoints, production network in Google Cloud or Amazon AWS, or whatever the cloud environment is. So this tool will help you evaluate and assess the current security posture of your endpoints, or let's say public-facing servers. So if you have DMZ network set up on the cloud, and you want to test the security posture of this, you can use InfectionMonkey. It's for free, open source. I'm going to put the link description, the video description box, so you can navigate and um, start using this if you need it. So what does InfectionMonkey mean in terms of penetration testing? Actually, we can see InfectionMonkey as a tool to automate your penetration testing. But you got to know that InfectionMonkey, okay, it's automated, as you can see here. If you can go to configuration, we can here customize the configuration of the settings that will be applied during the testing. But still, you can add your own metrics, or let's not, sorry, not metrics. You can add your configuration. You can add your own testing points on this in the configuration window. But nothing replaces manual penetration testing. Okay, automated to save you time, but manual penetration testing, starting with Nmap, going around with Mimikat, or let's say some of the Accuratics web testing tools, SQL injection attacks, parallel escalation, all of that is manual. Nothing replaces manual. But good to have this tool, okay, automated tool to test your network. So in this video, I'm going to start here showing you how to use this by starting off the configuration. And we're going to run the test of InfectionMonkey on one of my machines, or let me say instances on Google Cloud. Okay, so let's start with the configuration. So for here, we can feed the tester with default passwords or password to guess. So the default passwords for brute forcing attacks are specified here. You can add your own. So let's say you can add, what can I say? Google, for example. So, and you can add the list of passwords that will be used during brute forcing attacks or brute force testing. Here you can add the users, okay? So the credentials part of the tool is pretty easy, okay? But it's limited because if I want to add many password and usernames to enhance the functionality of the brute force testing, I am limited here. I'm not going to go over and add the usernames manually, or sorry, the passwords or username manually. So that's why, so import config here, let's conf file. Okay, so this is for the credentials part. It has to do with the brute force testing. So the basic network. So the basic network here, it says you can specify the network settings or specify the subnets that will be scanned by InfectionMonkey. And if you have production servers that might be affected during the test, or you don't tolerate downtime that might result from the testing, so you can specify here the IP address of the production server in your network. Be sure to list the internal IP address. Okay. So this is beneficial, as I said, if you have, let's say, a web server with load balancer, and you're sure that this web server doesn't tolerate or doesn't bear the the traffic or the amount of overload generated by the infection monkey, you can put the IP address over here. Okay, this is distance from island. This means that when infection monkey starts scanning your network, it's gonna jump from server to server, from IP to IP, and you specify the amount of hops. Okay, it's better to leave this as it is unless you have a very big network and you want to fasten or speed up the scan. So for here, if you want to scan the network, you can opt for local network scan, or if you don't want, you can opt out, uncheck. Scan IP subnet list, which is self-explanatory. You can list an IP addresses or using CIDR notation. The network analysis section, here if you want to isolate specific network from the testing, you can put the network IP address over here. Okay, so this is network settings. If you want to scan everything in your data center, so you're going to leave the settings here as they are. So let's jump over now to Monkey. Okay, the settings here. So we got the behavior. So the behavior here has to do with what infection monkey will do before, after, and before, during, or after the scan. So you might want to check this self-delete or cleanup. So you don't want to leave traces of the infection monkey tool after the scan. And you want to log the files. Well, you want to make sure that this is ticked and marked. So you want to see the logs after the scan. This is for if you want to have infection monkey, starts with be listed on startup settings on the target network. Okay, so the settings over here, has to do with the victims and the number of machines you want to try to exploit, whatever. They are self-explanatory. If you don't have specific configs, or if you don't have specific requirements during your scanning, you want to conduct your scanning with these default options. The system information, also you want to use all of this. This Mimikatz to decrypt and dump browser credentials. This is for if you have Microsoft Azure and installed in one of your servers, you want to try to harvest the credentials and the system information. We go to Monkey Island over here. So this is for the command servers, which means if I go to Google Cloud over here, where is the Monkey server? Yeah. So over here, as you can see, this is the internal IP address. If I am correct, no. Okay, so you want to leave these credentials as they are. These servers, command servers. So the current server over here is the IP address, or the internal IP address of the machine on which the infection monkey is installed. So as you can see, if you go to Google Cloud over here, this is the internal IP of the server that hosts the infection monkey. Okay. These were internet connectivity. So infection monkey will try to scan for internet connectivity during the scan. So you might want to add your own, but it's better to leave these as they are. So we go to network over here. This is for ping. So if you opt for, where is that? Local network scan, and if you specify maximum timeouts of the machines that will be pinged, so this is the value that needs to be changed if you want to extend or narrow down the amount of timeouts during the ping scan. So these are the HTTP reports depending on your configuration, okay, of the production servers or of the servers that you want to test. So for example, if you have the default, let's say the default ports are 80, 8080, and 443. So if you have other servers running HTTP on other ports, you can specify them here. For me, I don't have these. I'm going to delete those. So here are binary grabbing information. As you know, it's going to grab the version, the information of the current web server or other servers. As you can see, it's TCP scan. So these are the timeout, the interval, TCP target ports. So here, you want to play around with these. So as you can see, when we scan a network or an endpoint with Nmap, we specify that Nmap needs to pick up all the open ports. Okay, so here you can specify the target TCP ports that you want InfectionMonkey to scan. Okay, so if you have mail server, I can say 25 FTP 21. Do I have to know in here? No. So I added 21. This is for SFTP. Okay. So we go to exploits or the parts that I love. So here you can specify the exploits that InfectionMonkey will try against your machines or production servers. So if you want more than exploit to be tried out, you can hold down the control key and select the exploit. As you can see, I'm going to select all of these. As you can see, there are unsafe exploits. Unsafe exploits are exploits that are not recommended to be used on production machines or production servers since they might cause crashes, as you can see here. So if you are trying or scanning or testing a network that is not on production or that has, let's say, high bandwidth, ultra configuration, all of that, you can try this exploit. But for me, I'm going to try the first two, SH, shell shock, of course. And let me try Samba Cry. Yeah. Okay. These are some specifications for the exploits. For example, for Microsoft exploit, you want to specify the username and password. Actually, you can leave these as they are. It's better. This is for the Samba Cry. And this is for the SMB. Okay. So if you are scanning against these exploits, leave the configuration as they are. Go to internal. This is for fingerprinting and reconnaissance. You can see they are all selected. Exploits. Yeah, so here if you are scanning Windows machines and if you want to dump the username and password or the password of the current users and install on the system, you can upload your own LM and NTLM hash list. So InfectionMonkey can try to guess the password based on these hashes. Other than that, you are good to go. So we can click on submit. Invalid configuration file was imported and submitted, probably outdated. Okay, let's click on reset. And let me go back to exploits. So everything is selected. Click on submit. Great. Now after the configuration are set, we need to go to run monkey over here. So I have two options. You can run monkey, okay, the island server on and let the tool detect the current network and scan the hosts on the network. Okay. But if you want to test this on specific machine, you can click on run on machine of your choice and specify the target operating system of the machine that you want to test. For me, I'm gonna hop over to my machine. Let me change the interface. So okay, so now I am on the test machine, okay, or the target machine. So from here, I want to see what is the version of the Linux I'm using. So I can type ID Okay, test machine. Now I can cat row. So I am on 64-bit system. So let me hop back to InfectionMonkey. And from there, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to select Linux 64, copy that, and change back to my test machine. Okay. Once you click enter, the tool will be downloaded to the test machine and run. Okay. Click enter. Permission denied. Okay, so I have to give permissions to the. Okay, let me. ls. Oh. I think I'm an unprivileged user, so I need to switch back to root. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna close that and go back to my machine over here, which is this one. So root. Okay, so let's paste that again. Oh, well, let me copy the command from the friend InfectionMonkey. Okay, let's see now. So once the scan is run, you can go back to InfectionMonkey, and you can see the infection map. So the map here, as you can see, I scanned this machine before. Now I'm scanning this one over here, marked with green, white. So once the scan is done, it's going to give me a report over here. Okay. So it seems that the scan has been finished. Let me. I don't like this. Okay, let's see the interface down here to monitor the progress. So it says monkey died. Okay, let's go to reports. See the scan runs so quick. It says no critical security issues were detected. Okay, so it gives you reports of the machines that has been tested. These are the machines that have been tested over here. The last one is this one, which we were scanning. And it gives you the username and password that were tried for the brute forcing part, and the exploit methods, the threats detected. Gives you a report of the machines that have been tested. Read more. So it recommends you to do some segmentation. The scan server, so nothing dangerous has been detected. As you can see, no username and passwords have been discovered, no exploits. All of our machines are secure. Of course, secure in the eyes of InfectionMonkey, of course, but that doesn't mean that the machines are absolutely secure. Of course not. That's why you need to play with the configurations over here, add your own exploits, add your own username and passwords, specify more than one endpoint to be tested, but you're pretty limited, as you can see. So if you see here the list of exploits, actually it's pretty good to include these exploits as a benchmark for figuring out if your data center is secured against these exploits or not. Okay, so be informed that it only scans your network against these exploits. And as they say, they are constantly adding and updating the tool. But of course, it's not a comprehensive list. That's why you need to do your own manual scanning. But of course, this tool is pretty good for the automation of some of the exploits or misconfiguration. So in sum up, InfectionMonkey is penetration testing automated tool. Okay, for some exploits and for some misconfigurations and a bit of brute forcing, a bit of denial of service testing by using the ping tool over here. And of course, it's a reconnaissance tool. Yeah, so I think pretty good tool actually to automate your work. But as I said, it's not that tool that will let you read the manual part of penetration testing. So that's it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.